What is up guys, welcome to my latest video here on my second channel, SPVids2. I'm going to get straight into this one. I've been thinking a lot about the content that I want to share on this channel over the past week. I've been uploading a few different videos and trying a few different things. I've decided on a slightly different direction, and I think this is going to complement my main channel a lot better, and I think this all just makes a lot more sense now. So yeah, I've been thinking about things a lot, and I don't know if you remember, but a few months ago I kind of started trying to experiment with more vloggy style content on my channel, and I changed the format quite drastically, and it was doing okay, but it's always quite scary changing your content like that, and the videos weren't really performing as well as my sort of traditional top-down videos that I like doing on my channel. So eventually I ended up just going back to the top-down videos, and things have been going really well recently. I've been getting good views and good feedback for those videos, so I've decided with my main channel firstly that is just going to continue like that now. Just top-down videos about hardware, well presented, professional, that's it. No personality, no like life stuff, anything like that. It's just going to be really focused on providing good quality tips and tricks and information about samplers and hardware. So that's really good. I'm glad I've decided that. And now all that personal stuff that I've kind of wanted to try and put in the past, but it's not really worked too well, that is going to go on this channel. So that vloggy style content that I started trying to experiment with, that's moving to here now, and I'm going to be doing that on here like this. So I think that makes a lot more sense, having a second channel where I'm just more myself like this in front of the camera. I can talk about behind the scenes of what I'm doing with my channel. I can talk about my beat making. I can talk about samplers and things like that, just in a lot more kind of relaxed way. So I'm really glad now that I've got this space to be able to do that, and I'm really happy that I've sorted out what both channels are going to be doing, because they're the kind of things that I get stressed about, and it did take a little while for this idea to come. But yeah, I think as a bit of advice for you guys, not to sound at all condescending, but what I found from this experience was that if you just have the time to make a decision, if you have patience, eventually the right idea comes along, I think. So I just didn't rush into anything. I just really waited and thought about things properly, and this idea just popped into my head, and I was like, that's it, that's the idea I've been waiting for. This is what I'm going to do. So yeah, moving forward, this channel is going to be like this. Mainly in the studio, talking about samplers and gear and things like that. And then I think I'm just gonna throw in some lifestyle stuff now and again as well. So say if I go for a skate, maybe I'll just throw in that session and say I'm going for a skate. Other little things that I can include as well, which I'll talk about in the future. I'm feeling hyped now. I've got my direction sorted with this channel, and I can sort of crack on. Now, I'm only kind of uploading once a week at the moment, but I do want to change that. I think I'm gonna try and upload to this channel quite a lot. I've actually thought about doing a daily vlog, but I don't want to burn myself out, and I don't want to detract from SPVids, the main channel, either, because that is, I mean, that's my income. So I need to be professional with that. I need to be on it and making videos consistently with that channel as well. So we'll see how things get on, but I'm just really happy I've decided on this format. So let's talk about some beat making stuff in this video. And yeah, had a little bit of a crazy kind of journey with my beat making on Monday. So this is going to be a little bit of a kind of story time thing. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit for you guys, because I need to show you my screen. So let me just get my browser open quickly. You can see here I've got a few devices on the table. That's just my phone case, that doesn't need to be here. I've got a PO33. Love this device. I've made some really cool beats on this, especially like jazzy stuff, which I'm going to get into in this video. Lo-Fi 12 XT and my SP404 Mark II as well. Now, I want to just show you something on SoundCloud, because this kind of shook me a little bit when I realized this. So if you haven't followed me on SoundCloud already, it's really easy to find me. I'm just SPVids, like I am on YouTube, with the same picture as well. So it's really easy to find me. Yeah, so I was on SoundCloud, I was listening to my tracks, and in particular, PO33 Dreams Volume 1, basically, because I did do a Volume 2 as well, which I'll talk about in a little sec. I was listening to this, and this is probably one of my favorite things that I've ever made. Just sonically, I think it sounds really nice. It sounds like really warm and just dead easy to listen to. And then I was thinking a lot about it and thinking, I used to make jazzy beats all the time. Like that was all I did. Even going back with these things, they're all kind of jazzy beats. This one was a bit more experimental. This one was just mad. Like, it was my first tape, first sort of few years of owning an SP, and I just went mad with the effects, so that was too much. That mellowed out a bit more, and I quite liked some of the beats on there, but they were a bit too simple. A Lot of Nothing was a bit of a disaster, actually. I didn't like that one. That's private. Even More Bumps is okay. That did quite well listens-wise as well. 6,000 listens on this. But PO33 Dreams, now check this out, guys. 12,000 listens on SoundCloud. That's absolutely crazy to me. I can't believe it's had that many listens. 400 likes, 39 retweets, I was going to say then. Shares, I guess, and 92 comments, but a lot of them are me replying to comments, so about 50 comments probably. And yeah, it made me really think, well, that's got a lot of listens, that one. Why is that? And I think it's because when I made it, I was enjoying making it. I know this sounds a bit stupid, but I think when you enjoy making something, that is going to come through in the final product. There's no point forcing yourself to do something that you don't enjoy, because that's never going to end up being your best work. So yeah, in terms of success, obviously it's by far and away my most popular on SoundCloud, and it was the one that I had the most fun making. So I started thinking, well, I want to do more jazzy beats again, and I want to do PO33 Dreams Volume 3. Now I did Volume 2, I'm not really sure why this is private. I've obviously fallen out of love with it at some point. So on Monday, I got out the PO33, and I started putting together some beats, and I was like, oh yeah, I really miss this device. It's so fun making beats on this. But then I started to come into a few headaches, which the main one being with this device. I would say if this device could do this, this would be perfect. And that is having multiple projects at the same time. If you could have multiple projects on this device, I would absolutely love this thing. I'd like it anyway. I love the simplicity of it, but that is a real game changer, because obviously I've managed to make tapes and put them on SoundCloud, but you only really get one go at a beat. And then once it's recorded onto something else and you want to start the next one, you have to delete it all because of the limited memory and start a new one. So I was thinking about that. I made two beats on Monday with it, and then I was getting frustrated about that. And then I thought, do you know what? I should probably do a project on a different piece of gear, because I've already done 2 on this. So I was thinking, and then I thought, well, Lo-Fi 12 XT, I've got to do a project on this. And then I started to realize that this is basically a kind of PO33 on steroids. You've got the same 16 step sequencer, which I really like about the PO33. So that made me straight away think, do you know what? Instead of using the PO33 for this next project, I'm going to use the Lo-Fi 12 XT. What happened then was an absolute marathon of beat making on this. And this is not an exaggeration. I spent 6 hours on Monday on this device, just making beat after beat, tweaking beats, recording them to the SP. I was up really early. I got up before my girlfriend, who was working from home. That's really rare, because I usually get up slightly after her. And she was straight away like, whoa, you're up early, what's going on? And I was like, I'm just really hyped to make beats today. And after trying a few beats on the PO33, I jumped to this one, and I was just like on this mission basically of making jazzy loops again. So yeah, I will get into more detail about the workflow of this device, and I'm actually going to do that on my main channel very, very soon. It'll either be tomorrow, Thursday, or it will be next week. I'm going to do a workflow breakdown of this, because I spent so much time on it. I now feel like I know this device really, really well. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I made loads of jazzy beats on this. I was using the SP404 Mark II to record and add some master effects as well, mainly the filter. I love putting filter on beats and just taking all that sort of high end out, and it really kind of warms things up. It's a certain sound. It takes a lot out of the dynamic range of a beat. It sounds very sort of muddy and lo-fi, but that's what I like. If you want to have an idea of the sound that I'm talking about, check out PO33 Dreams on my SoundCloud, and you'll get exactly what I mean. It's kind of like an era that was going hard a few years ago, really. But yeah, I like making the jazzy loops. I've gone off and tried to make more soul-based stuff and tried to experiment with other things. But the jazzy loops, I don't know what it is about them. I just absolutely love making them. And I know it's overdone. I know it's a cliche. And people have given me shit for it in the past on my channel, saying it's boring and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really care. Like if I'm making these beats and I'm enjoying them, I want to do those beats. I don't want to do stuff that's a chore to make. I don't want to do stuff that's not fun to make. I can see myself now just kind of being on a bit of a jazzy lo-fi wave again for the foreseeable future, using this and the SP404 Mark II as well. I would also like to try it again with the SP404 Mark II. I did this project a while ago, about 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, I cannot believe that's 2 years ago. But it just didn't come out very well. It was really flat. The beats were quite boring. I had got that to 5,000 listens, which is pretty crazy. 164 likes. But yeah, I just really didn't like that tape at all. I feel like I could do better. Even with the jazzy stuff, I feel like I can do better. So yeah, I think from now on, it's going to just be that style of beat making, but with different devices. And that's just going to be me. That's just what I do because that's what I enjoy. So why not? So on top of that, just talking about that kind of thing and spending so much time on this device, honestly, really, really like this device now, like so much, because it basically gives me everything that the PO33 offers that I love, like the really shitty sound quality of it and the really kind of simple workflow, but it just gives me so much more options that I need, like saving projects, easy pattern variations, longer patterns as well. You have to chain if you want longer patterns on this because you can only do the 16 steps. So if you want 32 steps, you have to chain together pattern 1 and pattern 2 to play after each other. So it gets a bit annoying, but with this, you can go much further. So it's got the feel of the PO33 and something really kind of like old school and a bit sort of rudimentary, but yeah, I've just fallen in love with this device completely, and I would actually go as far to say as in that session I had more fun on this than probably say I kind of ever have on the SP404 Mark II. And I know that's really controversial for me to say, being an SP head. I love this device for different reasons now though. One being the fact that I've got it here using it as a recording device with some master effects. Absolutely love that device for this. It's not that I don't like the SP anymore, it's just that I found that I was having a lot more fun on this making beats than I do on the SP. But yeah, I'll revisit the SP at some point and do a jazzy tape on this as well, I think. And that will be interesting because it will be interesting to see the difference between the two and which one I prefer the most. So yeah, that's enough waffling for this video. I've gone on a little bit, but I really wanted to talk to you about what was going on with my beat making, the Lo-Fi 12 XT. There's going to be more content coming about that on my main channel. And yeah, I think more people should be buying that. The videos that I've done about it so far haven't really performed as well as I thought they were going to perform. It doesn't really seem to have been that exciting for anyone. But maybe with more videos that will change, we'll see. So that is it for this one, guys. That was a lot of rambling about making beats, but I hope you either learned something from it or got some inspiration to make your own beats maybe. I will be back with more content like this on this channel very, very soon. Peace!